Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Faye and I'm a personal stylist passionate about empowering you to feel confident with your style. On this channel, expect to find various style strategies, styling tips, as well as your how-tos and a little peek into my life as a business owner. Today's an exciting one because we're talking all about shopping, specifically what makes for a successful shop. Now, if you've clicked on this video, chances are you're one of the following. You're either an impulse shopper where you're easily swayed by influence or sales and you purchase items that you like the look of. If you're in this category, however, you do fall into the trap of purchasing one-off items without considering your whole wardrobe. And when you do this, these items may or may not end up hung in your wardrobe with the tag still on them. You may get over the item really quickly, and you may end up with a mismatch of items in your wardrobe that just doesn't make sense when you put it all together, which may also lead to clutter. On the other hand, you could be an overwhelmed buyer, in which case you hit the stores and end up walking around aimlessly because you have no idea what it is that you're looking for. You're overwhelmed by the variety that is out there, and you end up leaving the stores empty-handed. In this instance, you then would feel frustrated, lost, confused, really down about yourself, and you'll end up then resorting back to the items in your wardrobe that you are settling for, which may or may not be pieces that you've already outgrown and need updating. Or you could have clicked on this video because you're just wanting to improve your shopping skills, which I'm all here for, and that's the whole purpose of this video, is to help you feel a lot more confident with your shopping so that you end up enjoying it and you end up with pieces that you genuinely need and that you genuinely love. This sets you up for a successful shop. You shouldn't dread shopping and it shouldn't feel like a chore. So by the end of this video, I hope that you will feel a lot more inspired and excited about shopping, but also that you turn into a more intentional and considered shopper. Especially given the last year when we were in lockdown and retail stores were closed and online shopping was the only way to go about it. I don't blame you, because shopping and understanding your personal style, it's a skill. And if you don't practice it regularly, you lose that skill and in turn you lose confidence. But things are looking up, retail stores are starting to open, you're starting to be invited to more and more social events, which means your wardrobe needs to be updated and ready for you when those times come. Which brings me to this video. So you may be in the need for a wardrobe update, or you may have an event coming up and you have no idea what to wear. Either way, I highly encourage you to reassess your wardrobe every 3 to 6 months to make sure that the items in there are up to date and reflect the person that you are today. So one of the questions that's most commonly asked, especially lately, is, but Faye, how do I know what I'm shopping for? I'm sick of wasting time and buying the wrong things. Well, today I'll be sharing you my exact tips so that every time you do go shopping, it's a successful shopping trip and you end up feeling accomplished, inspired, and excited with your wardrobe. Before I go on, this is the content that I absolutely love sharing so that I can empower you to feel confident with your personal style. So be sure to subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos that I have lined up. Let's get to it. So the first step before anything else when it comes to your style is to understand and discover what your personal style is. Especially nowadays, if you are feeling a little lost and confused about what that could be, this is important for you. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I say this time and time again, and I will repeat it every single time, and that is that you have to discover and understand your personal style. It is the foundation of who you are. And if you don't know what your personal style is, then how do you know what it is that you're looking for? So to go about this, spend some time really understanding what your personal style is. Understand the colors that you love and that you're looking for, understand the styles that you love, understand your body shape and how to best dress for that so that the styles that you look for are flattering for you, and understand your lifestyle and what it is that you're shopping for. If you are shopping for a special event or a special occasion that is coming up, really take the time to understand then the location that it's at, the dress code maybe that it might be, take into consideration the weather, and if you want to, get an idea of what other people are wearing. That way you know that the outfit that you have your eyes on will be appropriate to the event? These are the kind of questions that we cover during a style consultation. But if you're curious at all to understand what your personal style is, then I have a video talking you through the steps to get unstuck and feel re-inspired with your personal style again. Every time you shop, it's important that you always go back to these factors so that you know that the pieces that you're looking for are suited to you. Now that you're aware of your personal style, the next step is to dive deeper into what it is you're shopping for. And how do we go about that? By giving yourself a wardrobe assessment or even a wardrobe makeover. Your wardrobe needs to be up to date to accommodate for the new pieces that you're about to invest in. Think about it. If your wardrobe is clean and organized and the pieces that don't belong there are removed, it'll make it clear for you then to identify the missing pieces in your wardrobe. Whether that be a long thermal for winter or a basic white t-shirt, having a clean and organized and decluttered wardrobe will help you now and in the future to identify what pieces are actually missing in your wardrobe. That way you don't double up on pieces or purchase unnecessarily. If on the other hand, your wardrobe is cluttered and you haven't taken the time to go through your pieces to determine what is serving you today and what no longer belongs in your wardrobe, you can imagine what that might look like. And again, you may fall into the trap of buying pieces that you mightn't even need or pieces that you probably already have and you just forgot that you had them. Especially now that lockdown is over, it's time to give yourself a fresh start. Remove those pieces that are no longer serving who you are today. That way you can make space for those new fresh pieces. Now going back to the special event, if it is an occasion that you're shopping for, this step of the wardrobe makeover is still equally as important. The reason being is because if you are considering purchasing an item for a specific occasion, one of the considerations to make is whether that piece will work with the rest of your wardrobe. And we'll get to that a bit later. For now, it's important that we make sure that it's in a good state to welcome new pieces. Actually, before we go on, since we're speaking about the wardrobe makeover, let me know in the comment section below if a wardrobe makeover and the steps to do that is something that you'd be interested in. All right, so you know your style, you have a wardrobe that is ready for those new pieces, and you've identified the pieces that you need to invest in. Our next step is research. This is a step that I think is often missed because when one thinks of shopping, they think it's a matter of figuring out what they need and hitting the stores and finding that item. However, doing the research first will help you avoid walking around aimlessly. During this step, it's about looking up the stores or the labels that you're wanting to shop at, researching the different pieces that you're looking for and comparing them brand to brand, comparing pricing and whether it fits within your budget, even as far as looking at the location and seeing whether you can find multiple pieces in that one location. This step is pivotal because it will already eliminate that guesswork and the time that it takes for you to walk around from store to store finding these pieces. If you're shopping online, on the other hand, you still want to approach it the same way. So compare the pieces, compare the pricing. And the great thing about online is majority of the time, the websites offer size guides. So you can take it that step further and look at the size guide and compare it to your own measurements. That way it gives you a better idea and confidence to know that the piece that you're purchasing is the right fit for you. Now, when it comes to the pieces that you're planning to invest in, and as you're doing the research, you want to take these very important considerations into mind. The first one being, do you love this item? And I know that if you are, say, looking for a white t-shirt, you can still ensure you love the item, just like with any other item, based off of the quality of the piece, how it feels and how it fits on you. The next being, does it help you feel amazing? Again, this comes to quality, how it feels and how it fits on you. And another important consideration, of course, is budget. Being able to spend the time before you hit the shops comparing the pricing online will save you a lot of the guesswork when you are at the stores. And you won't feel guilty knowing that what you're purchasing fits within your budget. So once you've done the research and you've narrowed down the pieces to only those that you absolutely love and that you've considered to the T, you want to make a list. And you can thank me on this one later. But just like your grocery list, this list will help navigate your shop. So write down the store, the item, and the price that you've looked it up for. That way, this will be your game plan and you won't then be easily swayed by sales or those pieces on the mannequin or even those pieces that everyone is making a big deal over. Go in, follow that plan, and keep your mind on the prize. And finally, to the shopping. During this step, the most important thing you can do is to try before you buy. And you also want to focus on the fit rather than the size. A lot of the time we get caught up on that little number on the label. And if we do end up finding ourselves going up a size or two, it really meddles with our heads. And so instead, I would like for you to focus on the actual fit of the garment versus the size. On top of that, we want to go back to the important considerations that you've learned, whether you love the item, whether you feel amazing in the item, and whether you can see yourself creating more than 3 outfits out of this piece, and whether it's suitable to your lifestyle. If you're shopping online, the same rules apply. Once you receive the items, try these items on and ask yourself if you love the item, if it helps you feel amazing, and whether you can create more than 3 outfits out of the items. Again, focus on the fit rather than the sizing. At the end of it all, the pieces that you end up taking home should tick all of the boxes that we've just spoken about. And that makes for a well-considered and intentional and a very successful shop. Once you have the pieces at home, of course, it's important to practice and experiment with what you have in your wardrobe to make sure that you're happy and that you feel confident creating different outfits with these pieces. And once you're happy with the piece, remove that tag and place it where it belongs in your wardrobe. Sometimes what I find is that when we shop, we tend to leave the items in their bags untouched, and sometimes we forget that they're even there. Whereas if we remove the price tag and place it straight into our wardrobe where it belongs, we'll be more inclined to wear it then, but also you'll actually feel excited and want to have that in your wardrobe. And that's the whole point of this process, is that as you're picking items in your wardrobe, by making these very important considerations, guaranteed the items that you have in your wardrobe you actually love. Therefore, it will excite you and you'll feel inspired. And that's why it's important to be such an intentional shopper. So those are the steps to a successful shop. I would love for you to practice these steps and let me know how you go. At the end of it all, I want you to enjoy shopping. I want you to feel confident shopping, knowing that the pieces that you're looking for are well considered and suit you to the T. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Your support would mean the world to me. And if you have any questions at all about the shopping process or anything that you'd like to see from me in the future, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you and happy shopping. Bye guys.